Alright, I know that you asked me not to make another video, or that you thought that was unnecessary. Nevertheless, I'm actually glad you brought up the idea of a straight staircase with no landing. I was rather remiss in not even, just assuming that the landing was going to be a requirement. Finally, at the end, I think that this really is probably your best bet. I think this is the most straightforward, uh, the least expensive to build. Even though you do have to header joists in the kitchen, I still think it's less rigmarole than all that landing work at the bottom. Not to mention, I think it's more in scale with the home, and it looks more natural within the home. So you have a straight staircase. I haven't changed the rise-run ratio. The steepness of the stairs remains as it was in yesterday's film, the second review. I've kind of limited some spacing, 3'1" here and essentially 3'2" between the walls that enclose the staircase. You can use those dimensions up through here to map it out in your room if you like. Now I'll show you a section again through the stairs looking east. And there are several things to talk about here, but briefly you can see the stairs coming up through and cutting that wall and headering these joists off and going back. I did make some reviews of the floor joists up there, and if that's just going to be a sleeping room ultimately, the joists are adequate, except you would need, in order to meet code, you would need to, wherever you're going to have the room enclosed or add your dormer or whatever, you would have to double those members. But the good news is you didn't have to go any higher with them because you're squeezed already for ceiling height up there. But 2x6s will do it. It was easiest just to double them, or you could put them in between. In any case, you need a few more members, but they don't need to be any thicker than the 2x6s that are up there. Additionally, because I wasn't sure exactly how you're going to build this proposed dormer addition eventually, I wanted to show you, I took the time to show you a little bit of just map something out. What I'm showing here, code requirement for room, because if you're going to build it, if you're going to build the stairs, one, and then if you're going to build the room, you'd like at least for that space to be able to count. Obviously, you want it to work for your uses, but you would like it to be able to count toward the value of the home so that you can recover in your investment that square footage. You can say that there's bedrooms upstairs, or however you end up doing it. I just did a quick way to do a dormer, a shed dormer. This is a flat roof dormer with a rubber roof on top. This was the way to do it without disturbing the front of the home at all. You wouldn't see it from the front of the home. It does meet code, 7'0" clear inside the room, and the member up here is this is thick enough to have the code required insulation values. So that's just a quick look at, this is probably not how I would do it, but it would do it, and it would be effective, and it would be probably actually one of the least expensive approaches toward doing this future room up over there. I know that's not part of my work for you right now, but I did want to, it doesn't seem to make sense to build the stairs without having some idea of how things are going to work in the future. Otherwise, it's just throwing money at something. And this is actually why I've gone ahead and made this third film, because the investment in these stairs is not going to be something cheap, and so you may as well have something that's of value to you and functional and looks good with your home, etc., etc., etc. So there you see it there. Obviously, with the stairs coming up, they end further into this attic space, and you can see this space is tight here already. I mean, when you get to the top of the stairs, the dashed line, it's 6'6". Obviously, it just gets skinnier or shorter after that. If I flip forward 2 quick photos here, you can see, this guy in the back, Walter in the back, is he's 6'6", and the one in the front is 5'6". That gives you an idea of scale up there. At the same time, we'll talk about where it cuts into the kitchen here. Even though it's cutting into the kitchen here, you still have a lot of room. You still have plenty of room, actually. The guy in the foreground is 5'6". This guy's 6'6", and you can see, I mean, somebody's gonna have to be over 6'9" to actually even try to hit their head on that piece coming up through there. So that's, you know, a quick look at the section view through. This is just backed up some so you can see what it looks like straight on looking east toward the stairs, with the piece in the kitchen up here and the two Walters, 5'6" in the foreground and 6'6" in the background. And now I'll show you a quick couple films to make you see how straightforward and uninvolved this kind of a stair would be, even with headering those joists off and you know, having to header the load-bearing wall, etc. Now we'll roll these films first at the bottom of the stairs. You can see it's very straightforward. I can actually just order these stairs pre-built and bring them in and sit them in place. I'm not a railing builder, but this railing I could definitely handle with ease, and it's very neat and clean and uncluttered, unlike some of those earlier alternatives that we looked at. We're from the kitchen with tall Walter at 6'6". Come back around, he has a little bit of coffee, I think, and probably ends up, yeah, down to 5'6". And from inside the room, again, I know that, you know, you've said you didn't want a closet there, but we would already have the header installed, so whether at the time or in the future you want a closet, you can have it. That door is almost a standard size. You see the closet's substantial inside, but whether you want it or not is entirely up to you. Finally, a quick review of all three solutions from Monday, Tuesday, and today. This is today's solution with a white riser. Yesterday's solution, the two stairs up. And Mondays, you can see a little better with the white. So Monday, Tuesday, today. Just let me know. Thanks.